Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated, where today I'm joined by actress Nadia Hatta. Thank you, Nadia, for coming. I'm so excited.
Yay! Too Opinionated.
Oh, I felt like I rushed through. Did I get the name right? Did I get it right?
You did. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for saying that.
I've been known to screw it up or the pronunciation. So, hot dog.
I've done that before. It's totally fine.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We're so excited that you agreed to do this. It's great.
Oh, I'm so honored to be here. Really, you're amazing.
Oh, I gotta save that clip. So we're big fans of yours. I was telling you before we started recording, and I want to talk about a way, but let's start here. How did you get interested in the entertainment business? What got you started?
That's a really great question. Yes, score 10 points. I started when I was really young, to be honest. I was into make believe and imagination and creative work since I was like a baby. And I never thought that I could actually become an actor, because when you're a child and you watch movies, you're like, oh, that's somebody else's life.
Right.
So I was really into Michael Jackson. He's like super personal for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I love him. And then Disney, they had like those old like Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse shows. And I'd be like, wow, that is so cool. How did they do that? I want to be an artist. And so I ended up growing up, creating comics, writing stories. I took our family's camcorder. I made my siblings like be in my movie. I'd remake all the commercials. I'd like write horror movies. It was like really hilarious. And
awesome.
So I think I started really young. I remade X-Files, by the way.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh.
I was so young. I'm trying to look for that tape because that's priceless.
Yeah, you got to get that up. I
gotta find that tape. But I played Agent Mulder. My sister played Scully.
Yeah.
And I just like we had like a Fisher Price, like those for kids, like the car. So that was my car. And then I would like wear a trench coat and I'd pretend there was a bomb and I'd jump all over the place and roll on the ground. Oh my God, I did so much as a kid. So when I felt sorry for my parents. Like I would not shut up.
They probably loved it though.
I don't know. Everyone part of my stories. So.
You've gotten even better in my eyes because you're an X-Files fan. That fits right in with us.
Are you a fan? Yes. I love X-Files.
Yeah, that fits right in.
Oh my gosh. And they're like, no.
Right? Well, they were doing those. They started remaking those for a while.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. You could have jumped right on there.
Can I play Mulder? Thanks.
Yeah. I'm sure they'd let you. If you wait long enough, they'll reboot it. And then maybe they'll switch it. You could have a female Mulder.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Totally.
Oh I would watch that.
You would? One audience.
So were you watching was it the Mickey Mouse Club you were watching?
I don't remember. It was.
Did it have like, was that when like Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears and that bunch was on there?
Oh, I never watched that actually. I watched the cartoons of Mickey Mouse.
The cartoons. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. And Tom and Jerry's and all of that. I thought that was so cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Like I was like, how do they make it work? And I used to do radio DJ. So like you, a podcaster, but fake. We had speakers in our home, and then like had the main control one, and then I would like speak into the main control so everyone got to hear my voice. Like a podcaster. And then I'd pretend that I'm a DJ, and then I'd say, hey, and welcome to, this is DJ Nad. And then I'd be like, and now we have a request for a song. And then I'd sing the actual song to the end. And then I'd be like, oh, now we have a word from our sponsors. And then I do the voices of that literally for 2 hours. Everyone had to listen to this.
See, now, if that was my child, I would be very happy because it was keeping them busy. Because most kids you have to entertain. You're keeping yourself busy.
Oh my God, it's so true. I mean, you don't have to worry about me. Like I was just doing something, you know.
You were busy. What didn't you do some work for MTV as a VJ?
I did. Yeah. So that's kind of ironic.
Yeah, but, so you were practicing early.
I know. I was like, wait, I'm getting paid to do this? Yes. But yeah, I was a VJ for MTV for the Mandarin program in Asia.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I'm assuming, I don't know, but when I was in college, the VJs on MTV, they were all at the beach. So where were you located?
Oh my gosh, we weren't at the beach. That's not fair. But we were in the studio, which I was like super sick of. Between us, I was, you guys, excuse me, why do we keep on having the same back screen? Can we do other things? And then so it was like in the MTV studio. But then one producer, she was amazing. She's like, you know what? I like your idea. I have this idea. We should go around Beijing to all the coffee shops and different like stores or fashion brands. We use their space and we talk about them. And then we bring in like, singers or pop groups in their interview in this space. So you kind of like do like a artistic, like, coverage, not just in the studio, because people would love to have their space or their brand being advertised on MTV, right? And have a singer, push an EP or an album in their space. So we did that and our rings skyrocketed. But then when she left, we went back into the studio. I was like,
terrible. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
How did you like Beijing?
No, it's a love and hate relationship.
Yeah.
I love how stimulating it is, creatively and mentally. People there are just like so fast, everything's so efficient and effective. You can do whatever you want with your life and it'll happen. I want to be a director, let me learn it, let me do it. It's buzzing so fast. And get built super fast. Like I leave for a shoot and come back 3 months later and like this new skyrise has built, or like this section is different. And it's kind of like, wow, that's super effective. And it's really busy. The traffic is not so pleasant. It's literally 40 miles. You're like going 40. And that's pretty fast. You're like, I can't speed ever. You'll never get a speed ever.
Ever.
And ever. And then, the pollution, it's on and off sometimes back when I lived there. And it's a little too crowded for me. I like a lot of nature. Yeah, I like being around the ocean, the beach. I like that kind of life. I needed to be accessible. Now
I was asking, my wife works for Live Nation, and she ran a box office for them during the Olympics in 2008. So she was over there for about a month. And so she got to see how fast they put up the Olympic Village, and she said pretty much the same thing. It's a little too crowded. You can't drive. It's the pollution can get kind of bad, but it's also just amazing, as far as creativity wise. So that's interesting. I think you could say that about a lot of big cities. It's a little much. It's a little. New York was never for me because it was so crowded, but I kind of liked LA, and it's pretty crowded too, but it's a little more spread out, I think. And plus you got a beach.
You got a beach there.
Can't swim.
I think it is also. No, you can't. That's not cool. Yeah. Can you swim do you have beaches where you're?
No. Now we've got rivers and lakes you can swim in, and but we're probably 6 hours or so away from the closest beach.
It's really far.
So it's a little bit of a drive. It's a little bit of a drive, which is no good because I like the beach. I like the beach. I'm a little scared of it now, you know, because it seems like every time you look, somebody's getting attacked by a shark. But I love it.
What? Really?
Yes.
I haven't read that. Really?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe it's just here. It's just here around us.
Oh,
you know, for West Virginia, everybody goes to Myrtle Beach, right? It's Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. That's where everybody goes. And yeah,
yes, yes.
And it's probably no different. It's probably the exact amount of issues that they have had, you know, for 50 years, but now there's the internet, so you hear about all of it.
So. Oh my goodness. And you have a shark behind you, like right there.
Oh yeah, that's the Jaws shark. Yeah, that's the Jaws.
That's so funny. I didn't notice that. And now I see it.
See, they're all yelling. Yeah, see, they're all, you know, from Star Trek. They're all yelling Khan. That's the but they're all.
Which one is your favorite character? Are your favorite characters? Is this
well? So I think behind, is it behind me? No. Yeah, he's right behind me. You can't see him. There you go. A little bit. James Kirk is behind me somewhere. William Shatner is behind me back there. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Although I like Picard. I like Patrick Stewart. But yeah, you know, he's in there somewhere. I never know which way to lean. I listened to you. I saw a video of you playing piano and singing. You're really good. You're very talented.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, you watched that video?
I did. I was like, well, how about that?
Oh God, that's hilarious. Yeah. So I wrote that poem. I write poems sometimes.
Yeah.
And just to, you know, kind of put my feelings into a place. And it was during the pandemic. And then it was like, and I was like, well, why don't I just make it into a song since, you know, there's nothing else to do. And I did. And then I was like, and Kevin, who you spoke with, was like, why don't you post it? Let's make a video. And I was like, really?
Good job, Kevin.
And then I was like, fine. And then I did it. And so many people watched it. I was like, oh,
God, really good.
Really personal.
Not anymore. Do you play any other instruments?
I do. I also play the saxophone.
Oh, nice.
And then yeah, so I play tenor. I used to do jazz a lot. I used to, you know, improv a lot. And I also play the crystal sound bowl. I don't know if you are familiar with that, but
yeah,
so it's basically like a bowl, like they're bowls. They're made of 99.99 crystal quartz. They're pure, and yeah, so they're kind of heavy. And ones that I play, they're 432 hertz, the frequency that they are at, which is a healing frequency. So that.
So do you tap them, or do you kind of do this around them?
I do this around them.
Yeah. I have seen those.
Sound. Okay, yeah. So they're clear. Yeah, so I have a bunch of those.
Boy, I see. If I'd known, I'd have had you bring that on. That would have been awesome.
Oh, next time. I'd love to play that for you. I'd love
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
We got into that. Do you do like meditation or yoga, or you know? Do you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm into that. You know, I did yoga since I was really young. I was really into it since I was way before meditation as well. I dabbled in a lot of different techniques, or you know, I love Deepak Chopra, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you like him. He's
great. I do. I do like him. Yeah. He's pretty awesome with that. I can do, like, I'm pretty good with like the warrior poses, but that's about it. I'm not flexible enough for any of the rest of the stuff, you know. So, and I've never really done the meditation. I've tried a little bit here and there. My wife does a lot of it, so I'll sit in once in a while. But I like it, but I'm just not dedicated to it. But now the yoga, I have tried that, and that's not easy. You know, you got to have some flexibility and some core strength, and you know, it's not as easy as it looks. Perfect. I know. I need to do it.
Yes,
I enjoy it. That even just the simple stuff that I'll do once in a while. It's very relaxing. You feel very good once you're done. But some of that stuff is pretty advanced. I watch some of that and I'm like, wow. And if you've been doing it your whole life, I bet you're doing that stuff. You're probably doing all the hard stuff. I'm very jealous. Probably standing on your head and doing all that crazy stuff.
Yeah. I used to do that stuff on all my shows when I was doing television back in the yeah. So then they'd be like, oh well, why don't you bring yoga into this as well? I was like, sure, let's make a episode about that, and I'd always bring it in. Why not?
I should do a show. I bet you I could do a show of me trying to do yoga, and it would be hilarious.
I think that you get a lot of people.
See,
watching.
That's what we got to do. We got to, when you come through West Virginia, that's what we'll do. We're going to film. You're going to do a yoga class, and it's going to be me trying to do it.
I think that's great.
I think it's a hit.
Yeah. Well, maybe like practice it at 5 poses, just so you don't suck too much.
Yeah. Oh my
God. We want to keep you alive.
Well, I remember doing like when I first tried. I've gotten better since then, but when I first tried to do the cat cow poses, my back wouldn't move. Like my wife would say, well, arch your back. I'm like, I am. And it wasn't moving at all. I had nothing. That's improved since then.
Your wife is like, move your back. Why are you doing it?
I was sweating. I was trying so hard to move it. It was going nowhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, but amazing. I know a few of the poses. So obviously I saw you doing some boxing, which was very impressive. Yes. I would not want to get in a fight with you. That was pretty tough. No.
Yeah. I really like MMA, mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
So I trained that for a movie. And I ended up falling in love with it so much that I was like, I want to really.
You had really good form.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You do. Oh, good. Yay.
Yeah. I mean, not that I'm an expert, but it was good enough that I was like, I wouldn't want to get hit by her. That looks painful. Do you have a discipline or what do you practice within MMA?
You mean as a part of the conditioning?
Yeah.
Or okay. So it's mostly just as you saw, Muay Thai and BJJ.
Yeah.
So I do so mix of both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of throw downs, a lot of kicks and punching.
Yeah, oh yeah, I saw the punching.
Someone told me and is this how to relax after sound healing? is this after sound healing relaxation? I thought that was hilarious, actually.
That's pretty funny.
I was like, oh, you're right. It's so jarring. It's super jarring,
Oh my gosh. So I know you've done we talked about the stuff for MTV. You've done a lot of stuff in Asia. What languages do you speak?
I speak English, Mandarin, French, and Italian.
Wow.
I used to speak some Arabic. Very, very minimal Spanish, but I could pick that up if I had to. And I sort of, I pick up languages quite quickly. Actually, that's one of my things, but it's probably because when I grew up, I had to learn all these languages. And I think my brain got just so malleable in that way. Yeah. So, I picked Mandarin actually while working, and that's how, and I became fluent in it. So I do think it's possible for people to be fluent in another language when they become an adult.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really impressive. I know when my wife was going to China, she played, the tapes, trying to learn Mandarin before she went, but she played them for so long, all of us were speaking a little bit, a little bit. Now I couldn't,
Wow.
I don't remember it now. It's been too long, but
let's hear it. Let's hear it for your friend.
The only thing that I remember was ni hao. Ni hao. That was it.
Great.
Because that's hello, right? That's hello.
Yeah.
But it's like for me, it was very difficult. But we could do a few phrases, where's the restroom, that type of thing. Because that's what they were kind of repeating.
Where is the restroom?
Where's the restroom? Say it again. How do you say that in Mandarin?
Survivals.
That's right. You got to have survival skills. Here, say a sentence in Mandarin, and I'll see if I can translate it.
Oh wow! Really? You want to do that? Okay.
I'll say give me a sentence. Not too hard. Not too hard.
Okay. 我很帅.
Yeah, I have no idea. How are you? Is it how are you? Maybe.
No.
No.
It's I am handsome.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
So I need to learn that one.
On the off chance that you could translate it, then you'd be saying that.
Oh, that would be that was a good one. How do they say how do they apologize? How do they say I'm sorry?
There's a couple of ways. So there's which is like, oh, sorry, and then there's a more formal way, which is the word apologize. 抱歉.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
I think it's a very pretty language. I love to listen to it. But I don't know how you learned it. If we listened for months, I learned like 2 sentences. That's impressive.
Well, you also, I bet you if you lived there, you would definitely.
It would make a difference.
Definitely. Yeah. And if everybody around you speaks Mandarin, if you're forced to survive,
well, that's right.
Like order food,
that's right,
and then work there, eventually you're going to pick up way more.
You're going to pick it up. And you're right. You're right. Because it's the same with any language. If you're using it daily, especially if it means whether you can eat or get anywhere, you'd pick it up. But look at you. You speak like all the languages.
I'm really into languages. I love it so much. I just like, I'm so into it. It's so funny because one of my roommates back in the day, she thought I had gone to a gun range, and then I used a sniper, the silencer.
Oh. Yeah.
And I don't remember, but it was really fun. And I brought home like the target, and it was all like on the bullseye. And I left it on the table, and then when she saw it, she was like really freaked out. So she came over, she was like, Nadia, I need to talk to you about this 1 second. Like, are you a spy? Like, just tell me, are you a spy? And I was like, no, that's hilarious though. And she's like, come on. Like, I'm really scared. Like, you speak these languages. I don't really know. You're kind of like all over the place, and you're bringing home this. She's like, just tell me the truth. Just
tell me the truth.
I was like, no, that's a good one. I was like, yes, acting is my story.
It's just a cover. That's hilarious. That's just really good.
Yeah.
I saw you were doing a Zoom show, and where you were like talking to people in their house.
That's right. Oh my God.
What was that? What was that? It was awesome. I watched like the whole thing. It was really good. What was that? What was the purpose of the show?
So it's called Live In, and it's a title that I actually came up with a long time ago, but never really executed. And then during the pandemic, everyone's kind of locked down, and because I did travel shows before, I was like, well, everyone's itching to travel, and what's life about, right? So everyone's thinking about survival. We got to eat, we got to do this, but what's beyond that? Like, we got to have a life. Like, living is the whole point of life. It's not just survival. And and in the words, right? So it's like lived in, like live in.
Yeah.
And the end is obviously like living with Nadia, whatever. But so that was why I had come up. I was like, oh, that is so clever. And I was like, because I'm super bored in pandemic, talking to myself. And then in the end, like I really miss traveling. I miss seeing people, and people also miss traveling. So I just create a travel show and cook together with people, and and so I ended up doing that, but I didn't finish it. I should probably finish it.
You should finish it. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta come. Cool. You gotta come to my house. You gotta, Zoom to my house.
Okay.
That'll probably be the end of your show. That'll probably be it. You'll be like, oh man.
What are we gonna do? What are you
I don't know. It's your show. You'll have to tell me. But we'll let
everybody. Well, everybody is like everybody gets it's customized to the person. So whatever you want to like, everybody has an idea of what self-care is and what living means. So some people are like living is to me gardening. Some people are like meditating. Some people are cooking. Everybody's different, right? Like what's beyond just living and thinking about your bills.
Yeah,
there's got to be something. Yeah, so everybody's different, and I was supposed to go to all these different countries, and then also with timing, right? Some countries opened up, so like kind of weird to do Zoom in. Like they're like, I wanna go outside to the beach.
Some dumbasses are podcasting for self-care.
Okay. Oh, I get it.
Woo. No, it looked great. I think the episode I was watching, you were having dinner. You were both on Zoom, but you were like having dinner together, but on Zoom.
Is it which country was it?
I'm not sure. You were both speaking English.
Well, yeah. I mean, I eat dinner with everybody.
Oh, you eat dinner with everybody. That's the show. Okay, that's the show.
Oh, and then that's another one is like, we'll come up with like, you'll say what you want to make, like what's your favorite thing to make, that's a comfort food, and then I'll match that with the ingredients that I can get, but I'll make it plant-based. That was like the whole point.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do that with us. I mean, it's West Virginia. I guarantee you haven't had that experience yet.
Never had. Okay, let's do that. I would love to.
Oh, that's a done deal.
Sounds fun.
All right, so I've hit all this, but I want to talk to you about Away. So like everybody else, we've been searching for stuff to watch. We've all been kind of trapped, and we're looking for shows to watch. And we came across Away, and of course, it's got Hilary Swank as the lead, which she's awesome, and then it's got Josh Charles, right? We loved him on The Good Wife, so I saw him. I was like, we're gonna watch it. And it's sci-fi. We love the sci-fi, so we're gonna watch that. Well, so the show has been just amazing. It's been terrific. And then you came on. You are our favorite part of the show.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, we loved you. Now, spoilers in case anybody hadn't finished the show. I don't think we'll give much away, but a little bit. But so you came on, and your character, is you play for at first you're on there and it's kind of limited. You're like the communication specialist, but you convey a lot without saying much. So we knew there was something going on there, right? Early on, we're like, something's up, something's happening there. And then you get to episode 3, and you have this we'll call it a relationship episode, and it's so sweet, and there's so many layers, and it's very touching and complex, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So I'll shut up now. I'll let you talk.
I like hearing you talk about that. Great.
Vivian Wu. That was your opposite Vivian Wu, who is amazing. She was so good.
Yes, she's great. Yeah.
But yeah,
so
so tell me a little bit about that. How did that come about? And talk a little bit about the role you played on the show.
You mean the how did I get the role?
Yeah.
Or yeah, okay. Um yeah, so I was in Beijing, and I self-tape a lot for North American shows, because I obviously was not living here.
Right.
And yeah, and I self-taped for that. And then they wanted me to self-tape in both languages. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I did. And then
That's
I kind
awesome.
of, with every audition, you do it and you let it go, kind of, right? So you just do it, kind of move on with your day, because you just never know what's going on behind those doors, and you don't know what they're really looking for, so you don't really think about it. And at that time, to be honest, I did it, and I kind of was like in the middle of moving, so I was still in boxes, and I wasn't thinking about anything. I didn't think
Yeah.
and literally I had to fly to Vancouver from Beijing within less than 48 hours. So I had to somehow find my stuff and pack, and then just take off and come and do it. It was really crazy. I was super jet lagged. I arrived, I had to do fitting, I had to do my hair. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so jet lagged.
Oh no.
Um, and then I found out, actually, I mean, I said it in another interview, but which I don't know why I said that, because it should have been private. But anyway, I actually found out I was like really drunk, and I'm
Oh
not a
no.
drinker. So getting me
That's not
drunk is like,
ideal.
seriously, yeah, super easy. Like I'm such a lightweight. So I had just done a cleanse, a detox, or whatever.
That's
And so my
okay.
body was really,
Yeah.
really.
See, there we go. There, I got you. You're going to teach me yoga while we're drinking. It's going to be
That sounds
hilarious.
like a terrible idea.
Well, it will be a terrible idea. But it's going to be
record it.
Yeah, that's
we're gonna like. It's gonna be like, oh, Michael, I think I forgot to record. Oops. Should we do it again?
No.
Yeah, so that was great. That was a great surprise. And yeah, I was so happy, because I had by then wanted to kind of move over to North America,
Yeah.
Get a healthy lifestyle. I was stoked. I actually, to be honest, I had no idea. I had no idea so much about the show, because I only got my sides to audition for. I had no idea what I'm playing. Right. Like I don't know the rest of it. I didn't get the rest of the series. There's just too many, right? And everything happens so fast. And sometimes when there's so many auditions going on, you don't really do so much of the who's doing it, and that I don't really focus on that as much. Some actors do actually really focus on that and whatever. I only focus on like the tone and the character and the depth of it, and that's what I focused on. So when I was on set and I was doing all this stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, this is really like this is like the A-Team,
right?
Holy crap, they're giants. I was like, I think I'm jet lagged. This is real.
Oh my gosh.
And that was really amazing. I was very honored, really honored, and so privileged, because I know that just to be a part of the show is just like seriously like a dream come true for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I was just like, I just got to do the best work that I can do, because I gotta step up. I gotta step up to these like giants,
Stepped up. It was amazing.
Yeah. So I was like, nope, so I really buckled down. I did a cleanse, as usual.
Got to get ready.
I got ready. No more popcorn, no more ketchup chips.
That's right.
My favorite.
Oh my gosh.
Ketchup chips. I'm Canadian ketchup chips. No more chocolate, no more and alcohol, no more anything. And like get really work out, do this. work,
serious,
break it down. Yeah, get serious. And yeah, so it was great because I had come to Canada, and I don't have a lot of friends in Canada, just because most of my life is in Asia now.
Sure.
That helped us a lot too, because I don't have a social life. And plus, if you've ever been in Vancouver, really, like, what social life except for hiking and
have you been to West Virginia? Come on.
Is it the same?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Probably worse. I'm sure Vancouver is much better. Not that West Virginia's bad. There's just not a lot to do other than the outdoor activities.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
And then when it's raining, you can't do those. Right.
That's right. Or if you're quarantined inside the house.
Exactly. So but yeah, it was amazing. It was incredible to work with this team. Jeffrey Reiner is the director that directed the third episode. He is honestly really great. I mean, so is Edswick, who is the director of the first episode. And I didn't even know who he was until like after. I was so good. I was like, oh my God, I really love his movies. I was like, I wish I got to tell him that. Anyway, I was so out of it, and it was just great. It was really great because as an actor, to be really honest, sometimes I work with directors in Asia that didn't really go to school for directing, and they just wanted to be a director because they liked it, but they actually didn't know how to work with actors. And so
it's kind of important.
I always felt like it is important, kind of, sort of, yeah. Like the lighting. But so I was so happy to work with great directors, and they're very professional.
Sure.
We finished really fast every day. And everybody was just so positive and so good and so empathetic and amazing. It was like I kept waiting for something to go wrong. It was one of those. Like,
I'd be that way.
Yeah.
Waiting for somebody to tell you don't belong here, or we've made a horrible mistake.
I honestly, I had that fear. I will be really, really honest. I did have that fear. Because I think all actors have that fear. Always. Sure. There's a thing about actors where we all have this thing where we think we're frauds. We think that we are a fraud. And so we're always thinking that, oh my God, he's going to figure out that I'm a fraud. And I definitely was thinking while I was, filming the show, I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to figure out this was a big mistake. They're going to bring me back to China. That's really funny.
It's so good though. You mentioned, so when you mentioned that you had to do the sides in both languages and stuff. So I was telling you before we came on air, we're producing an audio drama called The Last Saturday Night. Well, that's where I learned what sides were. I had no clue what that was.
Okay.
Right? So I've been dealing with that. You send a side. That's just your part that you're reading for.
Yeah.
And you're recording it basically and sending it back in. And it is kind of most like you're recording, but you don't really know the whole story. You just know the part, or maybe the how you're supposed to emote, that particular piece, so that's not real easy because you don't know the bigger story. Yeah, I've come to respect that. That's not easy doing a side. Did you have to do it? Did they say try it a few different ways? Like, did you have to do it, one you're a little happier or a little sadder or something, or was it just one?
Well, the scene, the side that I did was, I just made my choice. I just okay, I think this is what it's about.
Yeah.
I am guessing it. I also had to kind of guess what my character was. I didn't know so much. And also, even if there's adjectives given to you, like, okay, be more like this and this, everyone's adjective is different, right? So like what you say is beautiful may be a different word to me.
Well, that's right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's free spirited. What's free spirited to you is a different description to me. And so I can only do what I perceive as those words were. And especially because I'm self-taping, I'm not around the producers or the casting director who can just say, hey, I need you to tweak this part. Now I gotta like lighter or whatever, which is another thing which I prefer going into the room, because if I go into the room and there's people there, I do it my way, how I interpret it, and then someone else can say, oh, actually that's great, but we want it less like this and more like that. Then I can adjust it and do it. So but when you're just self-taping, you have nobody tell you what's right and wrong, so you're literally just going full in that way. And so I sent a couple of interpretations of what could be that are kind of extreme, so that they could sort of see the different, that my range, and that I'm not stuck on that one way. And then just was okay, they can pick. And in between, I mean, you don't know what, they can pick, and somewhere in between is maybe what they want, or maybe not.
You're just hoping they see something they like, so that they'll bring you back, or bring you onto the show. It's very difficult. Plus, you don't, it'd be easier if you had an actor in the room with you that you could play off of a little bit. But when you're just by yourself, I don't know how you do it. I'm very impressed.
I know. I honestly, yes, that's a whole nother conversation. And when you're just like self-taping with somebody who's not an actor, and whoever you're disposable to do this read with you is not necessarily always an actor, because you're not always going to be able to grab an actor who's free at that time to do a self-taping with you to make this headline.
And who's willing to give up.
That'd be great. That'd be so fun. We'd never get anything done.
Oh my gosh. So I keep telling this story, but I'll tell you real quick. So last Saturday night it's about how people are dealing with the COVID situation that we're in, being trapped inside and just all the things that everybody's kind of went through and stuff. Well, one of the stories is based on a story that I had told the writer. So she asked me to play that part. So all I had to do was be myself. It's basically my words, everything's myself. And I was a nervous wreck. And I was nervous anyway, but then they cast Ed Asner to play the gentleman opposite me. And he says, well, I'll read with Mike. I'll read with Mike. Well, he's a legend as far as acting goes, and I've never done any acting, so I was just a nervous wreck. He was wonderful. I really had a hard time, and the role, it's very short, but it requires me to get a little bit emotional, and I had a really hard time with that. But he was so good, his portrayal was so good. It made me kind of emotional, so it kind of helped me through that. So I could see where playing off of somebody could be really helpful. But if you got to do it all of that to get to there, if you have to do it without that, if you don't have somebody that's really good opposite you, it'd be really hard.
That's so true. That's so true. Yeah. I mean, it's everything. The person, well, obviously for self-tape, then you just have to make their choices and hear what you want to hear in order to create what you want to create, because you don't have to count on the reader to give you what you want and need.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. But like, yes, you're right. Like working with a really strong actor can create and open up your instrument, your heart, and then you sort of just like dive right into it.
I think that's it. I could be an actor, but I could only work with the absolute best.
Standards high.
And they'd have to be very short scenes.
It's good to be clear on what you want. No,
Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
it's incredible how flexible you are and how open you are, and like, you're so humble. You like say you're super upfront. You're telling me about how you built this podcast and
Oh, you
your
were being
growth.
serious.
I was being serious.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
why? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I was like, go on. Thank you so
Laughing.
much. I was laughing because
Yeah.
I thought you were kidding. No, thank you.
No, you're like super humble. I mean, you're just like saying where you have weaknesses, like, in the yoga, you were talking about yoga and how,
Yeah.
it's really hard for you. And it's like, the cat cow and whatever, but like you accept that these are your weaknesses and you're willing to push right through it and then, work on it. I think that's great. I mean, honestly, not everyone's like that.
Well,
So
thank you so much. That's so sweet. This clip I'm
yeah.
playing everywhere.
You're going to repeat it.
Going to repeat this clip constantly. I'll be like, yeah, you don't like me, but listen to this. Maybe you'll like me more.
It's like on repeat.
When I get down, when I'm having a bad day, I'm just going to play this clip.
Oh my God.
You're going to be like, you'll be my motivational.
I would love to be motivational, but it's true. I really mean it. Just to be this open-minded about different stuff, it's great.
That's really
it really
sweet.
says a lot about who you are, actually. It says a lot about who you are. It means that you can do whatever you want to do. Learning Chinese, for example, in West Virginia. I mean,
right?
That is so random.
It's pretty
right?
random.
And yeah. Yeah. I mean, some people might have been like, you're going, I don't need to learn it. What does that have to do with me? Yoga's hard. I'm not gonna do it, but you're just like, I'm gonna try.
You gotta try.
It's painful, it's hard, but I'm gonna do it. That says a lot about who you are.
Well, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. It's like this podcast, I told you a little bit, but what I didn't tell you is I'm very naturally introverted. So this podcast was a way for me to get out of that a little bit. And I wouldn't have done it if Brett hadn't said, "Hey Dad, I want you to do this with me." There's no way I would have done it, but I did it with him and I was comfortable with him. So we started, I could kind of play off of him and it helped me to kind of come out of my shell a little bit, because that's not easy. Just being open and talking. I've gotten better at it, but that's a struggle for me. So
I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
I have learned that a lot of actors are actually introverts. Yeah, and I would never would have guessed that.
I'm a super introvert.
No way.
I am. I'm so introverted. If I'm not, let's say I'm not shooting, I spend 95% of my time alone.
Really?
Like literally. Yeah, totally. I know nobody believes it, because when I was doing a lot of television, I hosted a lot of like live events.
Yeah.
And so people were like, "Oh my God, you're so vivacious. You've got so much energy." And the only reason I have all that energy is because I spend 95% of my time hibernating and collecting my
You're saving it up.
I do, yeah. But I need that time alone, introverted. I can't be around people all the time. I just can't do it.
See, I completely understand that. I totally get that. I'm the same way. Like, I have to kind of build up to doing a podcast or an interview or whatever it is. But then after, I have to recharge, and I do that best.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just in silence.
Yes, totally. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And if it's back to back nonstop, like I literally be burnt out. Yeah. I can't.
I get stressed.
Yes. And you won't get the best version of me. It won't be the best version of who I could be. So that's why, like, when I'm working on set, I need to take the evening, weekend to myself. So it's like, I got to see my good friend. I want to see her, but I will make sure we see each other once a month. And plus they're also busy, but it won't be like I have a social life every day or every weekend. No,
that's right.
It's not. I can't. So totally, I get you. super introverted.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've got to.
Yeah.
I see.
You got to recharge.
You got to recharge. See, so now, Nadia and Mike's yoga show, we can only do like one a month. We got to space them out. We can't. People don't want to watch us all stressed out. That's no good. We have to space them out. We can only do like 4 episodes a year.
Where we like facing the corner of a wall. And that would be episode. The introverts.
It's either that or we have to do like all the episodes in a very short period of time. So they're very short episodes, but we'll just get them all done and then we can rest for weeks. Oh no. Well, Nadia, thank you so much. This has been great. I've had the best time. I would keep you talking a bunch of nonsense all evening, but I won't do it.
Bunch of nonsense. I think I said a lot of nonsense already.
No.
Like, I think
you've been great. I've been just stumbling through the whole thing. You've done great.
No way. You're great. What are you saying?
Oh.
I was stumbling.
Oh, stop. So
if you were
go ahead. If I was a what?
If you were a superhero, which one are you? Because you have all these superheroes background.
Yeah, so that's a really good question. When I was in college, I had a comic book store, so I kind of worked my way through college owning this comic book store. So that's a good question. I'm a big
that's
comic book.
I
know I'm a big comic book guy. I would probably say Spider-Man, right? Because he was very introverted, and but he changed when he put the mask on, and he became kind of he would use humor to get him through tough situations, and I think I would be similar to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who would you choose? Yeah, who would you choose?
God, there's so many. I really like Batman. Wish I could play Batman.
You could be Batman. Batwoman was recasting recently.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Who's playing that, by the way?
I'm not sure who they recast with that, but you could have done that.
But there's no news, right? Isn't that weird?
It's weird. You could have been Batwoman.
Yeah, I know.
You could be Batman too if you want to. I wouldn't stop.
Yeah, I want to be Batman. I want to be Batman.
Yeah. What is it? What's the saying? How's it go? It's be yourself unless you can be Batman, and then be Batman. That's
I make that up. I've never heard that saying. Is that a real saying?
I may have made it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, have you ever acted in a superhero type of show or movie?
I did. It's not to the same level as, obviously Marvel and DC Comics, but I did one that's called Comic Heroes, and then I played like sort of a superhero who can fight very strongly. And then played some really weird roles. Anyway, we won't talk about that. or should we not? I'd love to play superhero though. That's definitely on my to-do list.
You should. We got to get you into Marvel or DC, that universe. We need to get you in there.
Who would I play? Since you're like the comic book expert.
Yeah, so let's see, because we'd want somebody that's maybe hasn't been cast yet, right? We want to get somebody new. A lot of them has been cast. Now we got to be careful because once this episode gets out there, I don't want your phone just ringing off the hook. So I got to be careful because people are going to be calling saying, yeah, they're going to be offering you the role. So I got to be careful what I say here. Make sure it's somebody you want to play. You know?
Right, that's true. That's true. That's
I mean,
true.
do you know your comic books?
First problems though.
Do you know? I mean, do you know your comic books? Do you know if I throw names out there, will you know them?
Probably not as much as you. I know some, and there was one I really wanted to play, but I think that one's been casted already.
Well, who was it?
It's just so fun. It was Cersei for the Eternals. The Eternal
oh my
world.
gosh!
That was so
yes,
that was
would
a
you.
Cool character.
You would, yes. Cersei's awesome. You would have made a
right. Isn't she awesome?
Yeah,
I love that character.
I'd have cast you.
Oh,
as that.
thank you. I'll be in your Marvel movie.
We'll do our own.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll just make our own. See, I would have said there's a character called Miss Marvel. I think you could play her. It's I think it's so the Captain Marvel that they had in the movies, in the comics she was called Miss Marvel, but now that she's Captain Marvel, there's a new Miss Marvel, and I think you could.
They're not the same.
They're not the same. It's a younger girl. So I think you could play that. If you wanted to be a bad guy, there's the in the DC universe, there's one called Lady Shiva that I think you could totally do. Are you looking it up? Is that what you're doing?
I'm looking it up because so Miss Marvel is actually Kamala Khan, right?
Right, it's Kamala Khan. And I know that doesn't quite fit, but I think you could do it. I mean, because it doesn't really matter. You just change it.
No,
you change it to fit the actor.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. But I think it's been casted.
Yeah, I think it has. I think it has. That's why I was hesitating to say it, but I think they've cast it. Because I would cast you as Psylocke from the X-Men movies. You'd be awesome at that. Because you already do the martial arts, the MMA, so you could totally do that role. But we've already. But now, they had a Psylocke in the X-Men movies, but Marvel didn't make those. Fox made those. So now X-Men are going to be coming to Marvel, so they have to recast. Maybe Psylocke's the role.
Maybe.
Olivia Munn played Psylocke in the.
That's right.
Yeah. I think you could play that. You could do. You'd make a good Psylocke. Can you do can you use the size? I think she used size. The little swords with the brackets that go up.
Yeah. I could do. I can do sword fighting.
Ooh, you'd be a good Elektra. You could be Elektra.
Oh my gosh, Elektra! I totally forgot about her.
You could do her.
Yeah.
They don't have an Elektra cast either.
They do. They have a whole show about Elektra.
Well, no, they do, but that's when Netflix had it. But now that Marvel has it, they'll have to recast it.
Dude, you should be like a comic specialist, and you should be doing their consultation or something.
Make that happen. You make that happen, then I will cast you. We'll help each other.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
See, now, great.
See, I was gonna wrap it up, let you go, and I got us down this rabbit hole again, which has been awesome. But I don't want to take up your whole evening, because I will. You'll be like, it's dark outside. This Yahoo is still talking to me.
Your fans are gonna be like, is this a trilogy?
I have to release it in parts. So Nadia, before you go, two things. Where on social media can people find you? And I know the answer may be no, because we've all been tied up, but is there anything else besides a way that you have upcoming that we can find you in or see you in?
So social media, yes, it's just traditional Nadia Hatta on Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook. Chinese media would be Weibo, also Nadia Hatta. I'm not very good at social media because I'm so introverted, and so I'm trying to work on that. It's kind of something that I'm
That's
trying
where
to be better at.
I'm going to take over
You
your
can?
page. I'm going to take your pages over, and
Okay.
we'll get your presence out there.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna get you out there.
are you good at that? Oh, great! Yay!
I can totally do that. I could totally run, especially your Facebook page. I could totally run your Facebook page. You wouldn't have to do anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't do all this. It's just too much. Sometimes I look and Kevin's like, you need to post something. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk. He's like, can you post something in your walk? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go and connect with trees now. Bye.
See, poor Kevin. He's had a tough job. He's had a tough job.
He does have a tough job. He does. It's like pulling.
It's like, please give me something.
literally all the time. All the time. As for the next project, there is one that I'm attached to. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. It got pushed back until next year because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a couple that I am attached to that I can't really announce, but I will announce it officially. Yeah, you know how it is. It's exciting, but I can't really say anything. So
now you have to come back. You have to come back to announce.
I do. I set that up. I set that up so that you can't get rid of me. You can't get rid of me.
I don't want to get rid of you. You got to come back.
Your listeners are gonna be like, listen, we love her, but we need a change. Please find other guests. Thank you so much. Trilogy was a lot already.
Yes. That won't happen until they see us doing yoga. That would probably be the end of it. They'd be like, all right, we're out.
I don't want to ruin your enterprise. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to ruin your enterprise.
It all crashed and burned when he tried to do. Oh, shit. Well, so we can't talk about those. Was there one that we can mention?
No.
Okay. All right. I lost track.
Yeah. I will. I promise. Like anything that is like officiated, I will definitely.
Well, because we already know, we've already established you're not going to put it on social media, so you have to come back on and put it out there.
Separate issue, but I try my best. I would try my best. No. Hey guys, I got a project. Have a nice Sunday. I'll see you in a year.
She's killing it on the social media. You're on, what is it? My parents, they have been, they're, God bless them, but they've been less than impressed with the podcasting stuff. So they're like,
really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just not their thing. So they're like, well, I went over, I set it up. So all they had to do was push a button, it would play. And they're like, well, we talk to you all the time. We don't need to listen to it. And they're like, what are you on? Are you on the Google? Is it the Google you're on? Oh my God.
It's a totally different time, I totally get it. I totally get it. My mom was like, she watched Live-In and she was like, what is this? I don't understand. What is the point? I was like, you're right, Mom. There's no point in anything, really. And she was like, what is,
what is this?
You're just eating.
You can't make a living on this. You need to get a job.
Totally. She's like, does anyone watch this? Nobody watches it, Mom. Don't worry. I go get a real job now.
Oh no. If you had to go out right now and get a real job, what would you do?
Other than this field?
Yeah, you can't do acting or any type of entertainment. It's got to be just a regular.
Okay, wow, that's a really good question. A real job, a real job, a real job.
It makes it sound like acting's not a real job. Acting's very difficult. That's not what
it's very difficult. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah, it's very difficult.
But a regular, non-glamorous job.
Non-glamorous. I'd love to be an ambassador for world peace. I would love to do that.
That's nice. See, that's a great answer. I would have come up with just some lame answer. That's a great answer.
What would your job be?
I don't know. I'd probably be pushing a broom somewhere. You know, I tell you what, no, that's not true. That's not true. My dream job, because I'm an introvert, my dream job is to come into work, sit down. There's a pile of paper on the left side of my desk. I work on it all day and just move it to the right side. And then I come back the next day and it's back on the left side. That's what I'd be. I don't know. I haven't found it yet. It must be, it would have to be some type of data type of driven job. I don't know. See, so your answer is much better than mine. Much better.
I don't know. I mean, do you really want to do that job? Moving paper from one side of the table to the next?
I always thought I did. And here I am yapping away on a podcast. So
I know. Now you're a podcaster, yo.
I'm a podcaster.
So yeah, I would love it if I'd love it if there's more world peace, to be honest. I hope that one day I can do that, and I'd love to do that maybe even on top of my acting career. I would love.
Maybe you could run for office.
I'm a spokesperson. Who would vote for me?
I would vote for you. I was like, I'm voting for her. She's for world peace.
I would love to. I was like, can I president?
Yeah.
We'd have National Day doing yoga and meditation and sound bowl. Everyone would be required to come to the biggest park of that country and do that. That would be my ideal.
You know, if you're going to do that, you actually have to post some stuff on social media.
Oh my God.
Else nobody will know.
So you have I know. Well, that's what happens though. When you run a country, you don't have time to post, right?
Well, I know. I don't want to step on Kevin's toes, but I think you're going to be your campaign manager. He can.
I love it.
Oh yeah, God, I'm it. We're going on. I don't know what we're running for, but we'll find an office and
let's run first, and then we find the direction.
We got it. Yeah, we got to start small. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a mayor.
Vote for Nadia. Vote for Nadia. What are we voting for? It doesn't matter. Just vote for her.
World peace.
World peace. Anything. Yeah, I would love to have world peace. I would just love all these like conflicts to end. They're so dumb and they're so outdated. And honestly, we should be beyond that as a humanity. It's just so old and so middle-aged, like way old age thinking that does not belong now. We should be beyond this. I would love for that to end. And I know that everyone says world peace. I really mean it. I mean, I don't mean peace like everybody's kumbaya. Nobody even has to be, into nature. We
should be able to get along.
Yeah, I know. And stop the hate. So there's so much hate. Why is there so much hate? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I think it's weird.
It is weird.
It's really weird. I don't understand. Like,
don't you think it's interesting? Nobody can have an opinion, because I mean, like you should be able to just talk and both of you have opinions, and then when you're you don't have to agree, but then when you're done talking, you're friends. You're still friends. It's not that big a deal. Everybody has their own view.
Totally. I agree with you. Why can't, it's like this whole thing where people are like, I'm not gonna be friends with you because you believe in this and this, and then it's like, well, this is why there's a divide.
Yeah.
This is why there's a divide. Why can't, I'm not gonna be not friends with people who eat meat, for example, right? Like, I'm just saying one thing, it'd be so silly. That's like most of the world,
most of the world.
And I totally, world. I totally agree with you. I just think that it's okay to have differences and talk it out, and it can become heated and it's totally fine. But then, like, you love each other still.
Yes. I'm telling you, Nadia and Mike do yoga and talk world peace. This is a hit show.
I love that.
This is a hit show.
I love that.
This is a hit show.
Do you think people will watch it or be bored?
I don't know. I think they would watch it just because it would be ridiculous but heartwarming.
What are we watching? Exactly.
And there might be occasional alcohol involved, so that could get ridiculous.
That's terrible idea.
You know, the show may be terrible, but the outtakes would be hilarious. We'd have the best blooper reel. That would be.
Oh my God. There's a shot of Nadia rolling around drunk from one sip of wine. There is Mike facing a wall because he needs to recharge.
I got to recharge. It was too much.
Recharging.
Okay. All right. We have to stop. I've kept you too long.
All right.
Thank you so much.
So
this has just been the best. I've had the best time. And you've been so sweet to put up with my nonsense. Thank you so much.
I love your nonsense. Your nonsense is the bomb.
Yes, that's the quote right there. That's the one I'm keeping.
Your nonsense is the bomb. That's good. That's a testimonial.
That's the one I'm keeping. All right, Nadia, hold on. I want to hit pause, and then I'll let you go. Maybe, who knows? So that was Nadia Hatta. Wow, she was amazing, and oh my gosh, she's so nice. And not just because she said nice things about me, but that didn't hurt. She was amazing. She's so talented as an actress, and I know she does a lot of other things that she's really good at too. But I think that she's somebody that we're going to see a lot more of. I think she's really just starting to scratch the surface. I think she's so talented. I expect we'll see her in a ton of big things to come. And that was just such a thrill. You know, I had such a great time. She was just really just wonderful. That was really great. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know it ran just a little long because she was wonderful and actually wanted to have the conversation. So it was a lot of fun. Please, if you haven't done so, check us out at our new website, meistercon.com. You can find us on Facebook under MeisterCon. We do have a Patreon page if you're interested in helping out the show. It's patreon.com/MeisterCon. Appreciate anything you can do for us. Thank you so much for choosing us as one of your podcasts. We really appreciate it. We know you don't have to. I think that's everything. Okay. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time. Bye, everybody.